Well, it's time for game one of the series between Top Shelf Cookie and NJDVS. And there you see Top Shelf Cookie, the 21-year-old from Lewis Center, Ohio. Guys, he is, I don't want to say the underdog here, but a lot of people seem to like the way he's playing here at this regional.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's somebody that you have to have your eye on. His favorite NHL player is Nick Foligno. He's on his roster as well, and he's been on a tear lately.
Take a look at the lineups. Nasher, what do you like here? Well, what's not to like here?
Oh, how about that first line?
Yeah.
Ovechkin and Tarasenko together on the wings. We're going to see a lot of power coming from those guys. A lot of shots. I'm assuming he wants to just throw shots on net, especially with snipers like that. And we see Alexander Ovechkin's card. One of the best shooters in the game with that 95 shot. Good hands and good skating as well. We're going to see a lot of goals coming from that top line.
And his opponent, 32-year-old Mike Duro, NJDVS, the pride of New Jersey. Hey, what exit?
Hey, what? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely somebody who you have to have your eye on. Definitely somebody who is raising some eyebrows here. Some people might have just looked past some of the new faces here, but Mike Duro, NJDVS, is saying, no, you got to pay some attention to me here, and he's looking for a big upset here of Top Shelf Cookie.
And Nasher, let's take a look at his lineup. He wasn't even here for the lineup. He was on his wedding, the whole honeymoon down in Cancun. Another Mexico theme here.
He took the trip to Mexico.
I know, he took the trip. That's what age does. 32, you're smart enough to know better.
Yeah, I think he's still pretty happy with his lineup. The friend he had draft for him, obviously coming in huge here. We got Stamkos, Kopitar, and Johnny Hockey there on that first line. Look at that. Good speed, good shot, and of course the 96 hands. We'll see if he's able to utilize that here today, try to get creative a little bit in the offensive zone, and let's see if we can make something happen.
And Hellebuck between the pipes, that may be key for him. Well, it's time for game one of the series between Top Shelf Cookie and NJDVS.
Speaking of that lineup, definitely as a big Devils fan, not so much a fan of the Rangers. The friend of his, CJ, that drafted, made sure that there was one
Just
Ranger on the
one.
roster.
Yeah.
Chris Kreider is on the lineup
Just
there.
got to stick it to him just a little bit.
Just a little bit is fun. Apparently he's a Flyers fan. I believe Gudas is in there as well. So, but here we go. Semifinal number one. One of these two competitors will make it to Las Vegas.
Remember, it's best 2 out of 3.
Indeed, this is game number one. Thank you to Dunkin' Donuts, one of our many great sponsors here for the NHL, GWC.
Offside call early on. Speaking of Dunkin' Donuts, what's your go-to? Early in the morning, you're driving through, give me
No sugar, no cream, nothing, just black. Absolutely, 100%. I made the switch a few years ago, never go back. Never.
I was talking about the donut.
I know, come on.
What are you going right to the coffee for?
Oh, come on.
Ridiculous.
What's your donut of choice?
Gotta go with the French cruller right off the bat.
Oh, my gosh. Tell us in chat which donut is best. Or which cookie is best, since Top Shelf Cookie is playing right here. Top Shelf, by the
Knew you were
way.
going to get that in somehow.
TSC playing in the Columbus Blue Jacket white, and the red New Jersey Devils for NJDVS. Both of them, a lot of sentimental picks here, of course. The Top Shelf Cookie, big Blue Jackets fan. NJDVS, obviously a big Devils fan as well. We saw a lot of that in this regional. More than any other region, we saw a lot of team pride.
Yeah, I think with HUD especially, it's like you play with these guys all year long. You like using these players, and you kind of want to represent your home team. I remember Cookie, during the draft, texted me. He's like, hey, I drafted your boy, Zach Werenski. He's on my team.
Your boy.
It's like, hey,
Your boy.
There you go, Cookie. Let's go.
So, guys, Cookie going with no headset. What's the strategy there?
He wants to hear our commentary.
I don't know why
he's
he
away
would
from
want
us.
You just gave a wink to the camera.
Genius right there, TSC.
Distracted.
Genius.
Come on, Arda.
I'm not trying to. Speaking of, by the way, NJDVS has 2 Devils on his roster, Heishier and Brad, but also the sentimental, that plays for the Ducks now, but has a lot of memories with the Devils, Adam Henrique. Meanwhile, Cookie has Werenski and Nick Foligno, who is his captain, on his roster as well. 20 teams represented on Cookie's roster and 19 for NJDVS. He does have 3 Flames players, Johnny Hockey, Hannafin, and Giordano.
Yeah, but did you see NJDV's eyes light up when we mentioned Elias? It was like the magic word. It was like, oh.
His favorite player. I'm sure many Devils fans will agree
That's just
on
true.
that one, for sure.
Win in the Garden State.
Also worth noting that Cookie had the chance to draft Sidney Crosby with the second pick, and because of his Blue Jackets fandom, decided, hey, I don't want Crosby on my team. Took Alexander Ovechkin instead.
Which isn't a terrible selection, but is that playing with your heart and not your head?
We'll have to wait and see. Who passes on Crosby? The opportunity to pass on Sidney Crosby for Alexander Ovechkin, just like the decision to be made there, is unbelievable. Unbelievable. And that is the intricacies and the intrigue of the regional draft.
Better hope that Mother Russia stands up big for him on this one, though.
Still scoreless here. Some opportunities for Top Shelf Cookie. Talk about the fact that 3 of NJDev's first 6 picks were defensemen, Nasher.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on how you kind of want to go about it. I remember speaking to NJDevs, he was a little unhappy with that. He ended up taking usually the best player available in the draft, ended up with a few too many defensemen on his lines, and that didn't allow his first line, second line to fully form. He wishes he could go back, change some things, but we'll see how it plays out here in this game.
Wow, great defense early on. NJDevs telling us his team really is speed and size. Arda is on display here early in the first.
It certainly is, but NJDevs has the puck here in his own zone with Brent Burns. Burns brings it into the neutral zone. So we're about 4:40 left in the first. Still scoreless. Big hit, Jesper Bratt on the ice, and here comes Foligno on a partial break. Foligno, but a big save made there.
Attempted the one-hander. There was not a lot of space there. NJDevs on the brutal back check, able to poke that one from behind and not give Cookie a good opportunity.
NJDevs has Connor Hellebuck between the pipes, selected in the 14th round. NJDevs gets on the board first. It's 1-0.
Jesper Bratt, of all players, able to snipe that one top left corner as he cuts from right to left. Great opportunity by the NJDevs there, and he's able to bury it. His first really good opportunity of this game.
Talked to NJDevs after the quarterfinals. He said, look at my hands. Still shaking. The systems engineer says, I'm just nervous in front of the camera. I'm used to being behind it. Give me the technical stuff. I'll figure it all out for you.
And have a look at that one more time. Wow. Breaking the deadlock is NJDevs. This is a dream start for him. Does he see it again? Yeah, fist pump there as he is on the board, 1-0.
And Cookie actually waited until the 21st round to pick his goalie in Martin Jones. We saw some goalies go as early as the 3rd round, with Dubnyk being the first pick of the goaltenders. So we'll see how the goaltending plays out in this match as well.
And a one-timer there almost tied it up.
Is that smart, Nasher, to wait that long to pick your keeper?
Well, his thought behind it is, hey, you know, there's eight good goaltenders that I'm going to have available. But he actually waited. Some guys had picked 2 goaltenders before he even got one.
Under a minute left in this first period. Apprehensive for most of it. TSC ties it up and makes it 1-1.
And you know who made that pass? Alexander Ovechkin. Would Crosby have done the same thing?
Crosby wouldn't have done it.
Who knows? Great pass there from Cookie. Able to find Niederreiter backdoor, and that's just a classic Cookie goal.
There it is again, a 1T back of the net.
Ovi with the unselfish dish.
From between the hash marks, also Niederreiter, and there's a fist pump for TSC. And now the game is tied. The intrigue builds here in our first semifinal tilt. Ben will get the second apple.
Boy, Cookie coming right back on offense.
Dishes it away, and at the end of the first period, it's tied at 1.
Okay. So 1 period in the books here in this semifinal between NJDevs and Top Shelf Cookie. Guys, what did we learn, or what did you see, Nasher, that maybe surprised you?
Listen, Cookie getting down early, that's kind of a surprise in itself. Cookie played pretty much a dominating first series. For him to go down, obviously, in a game like this, a series like this, that's tough. But we know Cookie, we know he can bounce back. But Devs is on the prowl. We see him setting up some good plays. The one good opportunity that he had, he buried it. So he's going to be looking for those golden opportunities here in this series.
All right, back to action here in the second period. Best 2 out of 3. So if you can take this top game, give yourself a little breathing room. Top Shelf Cookie looked very strong as he ties it up at 1.
Cookie had this to say about NJDevs in the player interviews. We've played a decent amount this year. I played him 3 times in qualifying. Hang on a second, a 2-1-0. He scores! Takes advantage of the manual goaltender there and able to roof it.
Wow, Couturier with a beautiful finish. NJ3VS tried to play the manual goalie, ended up paying the price for it there. Cookie knew it was coming. He's like, hey, if he doesn't control his goalie, I'm going to go for the one-hander. If he does, I'm going to bury it short side. Great play there by Couturier.
And you'll see the exact moment here. You can see the goaltender just shifting there a little bit, almost as if it was a tell. Cookie knew at that moment, I'm going to bury it, and there it is. And there it is.
Oh, look
and
at
will they be? Yeah,
come on.
There it is. Don't eat them all.
Shameless prop.
Don't eat them all, okay? He's not through yet. Still early days here. It's 2-1. Early in the second period. And we've been talking about NJ3VS and his quality of play. His defense is highlighted as well, so we'll see how that factors in.
NJ3VS, quick passing plays with plenty of shots on net. That was his theme going into this match. He's got to get those shots coming.
To finish the thought from Top Shelf Cookie says NJ3VS knows when to be aggressive, when to put the pedal on, and he beat him all 3 times in qualifying. But just as I say that, TSC scores again with Ovi. 3-1.
He's starting to look like a genius on his selection of Ovi over Sidney Crosby.
Wow, how about that goal as well? A little sidestep in the mid-slot, able to find Ovechkin on the back door. And Ovi's the difference maker in this game.
Look
Huge
at the pass.
play.
Come on. Through the legs.
That's just beautiful. No chance for the goaltender. NJ Devil, the mascot, isn't even looking at the play. What is NJ looking at? Come on, NJ. Pay attention to the game. Maybe he knew that goal was coming.
So Cookie taking full advantage of listening to Ardo O'Call's commentary, taking the headsets off. He may regret that as the day moves on.
Maybe he didn't like me talking about his quote about his opponent here, and he said, no, I'm going to score, so you stop mid-sentence. Here comes Devs, though. What can he do? A saucer pass here. Is Henrique in front of the net? Oh, what a save at the doorstep. So Couturier and Tarasenko brings it back for TSC. As we have a look at the hand cam there. Interesting to note the different controllers being used here as well. The competitors had an option. Oh, the one-hand tuck doesn't go. Tarasenko
kicks it wide. Look at the dexterity on the controller.
A shot and a save there by NJ3VS. Cookie still has it. Keeps it in the offensive zone. Arvidsson to Couturier. Nice passing. Tarasenko to Couturier off the bar. Off the bar, and you heard that one all the way in the 200s. Here's Jones. Over to Hischier. The #1 pick in 2017 for the Devils. Here's a breakaway, and the one-hand tuck goes. And Cookie feeling confident.
That is what Cookie does best. We saw the same situation as earlier. That time, NJ3VS decided, hey, I'm not controlling my goalie. It didn't work out for me last time. Cookie takes it himself, one-hander.
Tarasenko this time. You guys talked about the wingers with Ovi and Tarasenko. Passed on Crosby. Looks like a genius move.
I would never want to be in a position to make a decision like that. And meanwhile, Top Shelf Cookie looks like he made the exact right one for him.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. The speed that they're able to make that decision. The manual goalie is a tough one. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what your opponent's going to do. There's usually a counter to whatever they decide to do. And right now, Cookie's just winning those 50-50s. He decided to go for a one-hander there. It was the perfect decision. Made the right play. And this is a huge 4-1 lead here in Game 1.
Wow, 4-1, second period. But NJ3VS still pressing. Every time he gets scored on, he gets an opportunity or two. So he's definitely not giving up here. Gives up the puck there, though, in the offensive zone. And now Ovechkin again trying to split the defense. But NJ3VS at the last second able to bring it back. Ovechkin almost using that speed and size to create space there, and there was a one-timer attempt for NJ3VS, couldn't go through.
NJ3VS needs a goal in the worst kind of way, coming up on 5:30 to play here in the second period.
And how about NJ3VS in the passing? We've seen some really creative plays from him, but Cookie right now able to shut him down. We've seen multiple good opportunities blocked in front just on that final shot that is needed.
Looking for that wraparound attempt was TSC. Meanwhile, the lead pass won't get to the intended target. Cookie comes back. A one-hand tuck is stopped at the last second. Great read there by Devs. Zaitsev to Bodker, and the puck misses the net. Zaitsev at the point. Bodker has it again. A one-timer by Nelson. He scores 5-1.
Wow. Floodgates opening for the Cookie.
Just an absolute cannon mid-slot. We saw just a barrage of shots come from Cookie. 3, 4, 5 shots in a row. And, of course, he's able to bury that one.
Todd, it appears the lid has flown off the cookie jar.
Silence in the studio.
I don't even know where to go with that one. I was going to say he got caught with his hand in the cookie jar, but that doesn't play quite as well.
Oh, I thought you were maybe saving that for...
No.
Well, this one is getting away from Devs right now. Second period, I mean...
Still a period to play, yeah.
There's still a period to play. It is not impossible. But TSC has been known to be commanding when he has a lead.
Take some chances here, Nasher. Maybe try something new just because you can.
Oh, you have to, yeah. We're going to see Cookie really try to get creative here. The thing to keep in mind, though, he's playing for the top seed in Vegas, and Eki, obviously, with a huge goal differential. I believe he needs 22 goal differential in this tournament to beat Eki.
Yeah, it just goes to show you how impressive Eki is. Oh, and by the way, folks, he's undefeated still. Still undefeated in GWC.
European regional champion on his way to Vegas. Who will join him from the U.S. Regional? Right now, Top Shelf Cookie is looking like the man to beat here in the New York Regional. So the end of 2, and it is Top Shelf Cookie with the headphones off. Cookie, how you feeling over there, brother? Straight thumbs up. I'm telling you guys, that might be the new thing. It's the new trend. Headphone down.
Headphones off. Cookie seems to be the one that will be the least distracted out of all of us as the third period is underway. A shot from the point early on, and Devs will cover up. So if you're Devs right now, or if you're coaching Devs, Nasher, what are you telling him? How do you get back into this one?
Well, right now, looking at the stats of the game, Devs only has 2 shots on goal, and he was able to score his first shot of the game. Since then, he really hasn't got anything going. He's got to get in the zone, just throw pucks on net, and really try to grab some momentum going into this next game.
A one-timer by Ovi, yep, basically in his office.
How do you stop that?
He took the briefcase, he set it down on the table, opened it up, and scored.
So basically, he set up camp.
He did. He did.
Ovechkin now with his second goal, now up 6-1 for Top Shelf Cookie. And guys, how dare we criticize or question Top Shelf Cookie taking Ovi over Sidney Crosby?
Oh, there was no criticism.
We look like
here.
the 3 blind mice.
That was Arda Ocal.
Oh, Arda Ocal can be reached
criticizing the Ovi over Crosby
in the Twitch chat.
But look at Ovi, just every single goal he's been a part of the play, and we've seen just his deadly shot from the mid slot there. Every single opportunity he's going through Ovi right now, and he's getting the job done.
The dynamic duo of Ovechkin and Tarasenko have proved lethal right now for NJD3VS as he trails 6-1 here in the first. Now remember, it's best of 3, so he can get into the swing, but it makes the second one, guys, a must-win or he's going home back to Kearney, New Jersey.
Well, let's get a little bit of a scouting report on NJD3VS. If anyone has a good opinion to have, it would be Nasher. NJD3VS has defeated you in tournaments online. What was that like?
I knew Arda was going to bring this up. I did have the chance
First
to play.
the cookie jar, and now this.
I did have the chance to play NJD3VS in a tournament. I'm telling you, this guy, he has the chance once he gets the puck to be very, very creative. His drop pass is deadly. He'll enter the zone, drop the puck right around the blue line, and go in and score before you have the chance to even move. Unfortunately for him, he's playing against Cookie, one of the best of the best, and right now he just can't get anything going.
Is it Cookie's defense, Nasher, right now that's just stopping NJ from doing anything special?
Well, Cookie hasn't had the chance to play much defense. Right now, it's all him in the offensive zone, but we'll see if the caster's curse comes in as NJ has a chance. Yeah, Cookie's just stepping in, blocking all the shots, and NJ really just can't get anything through.
That was almost the 7th right there. A great save by Devs' goaltender. 6-1. Impressive game number 1 here in the semifinals. He's looking for more. And the reason now, we have to reiterate this, is that Eki has a +22 differential. So for Cookie's
not trying to run it up.
undefeated.
He's gotta-
It's not
yeah.
that. It's because of the goal differential and the seeding in Vegas. Eki is undefeated. If Cookie stays undefeated, hypothetically, and wins, then the goal differential comes into play. So that's why you will see a continuation here. The pedal will not be, or the foot will not necessarily be taken
my
off the
gosh.
pedal, and that will be
just
hard.
as you say it, the AO curse.
The passing from Cookie here. You see Zach Werenski there with a beautiful assist on the play. He's able to really just put passes everywhere, between the legs, behind his back, no-look passes right to the middle of the ice. Dev's really got to step up his defense here as Cookie's just all over him.
And was that Ovechkin on the assist again?
It was definitely Werenski on the assist.
Another number 8.
Okay.
Definitely Werenski on the assist.
Oh, boy.
Saying about his team, Top Shelf Cookie said, I'm not unhappy with my team. I got a good mix of speed and size. If I were to do it again, I would focus more on speed.
But he did talk about possession hockey.
Yeah.
But when you're putting it in the net as fast as he is, you don't have time to possess it. So NJ Devs now, this becomes the final 8 minutes of what can I do, what can I learn to prepare for game 2.
Right, and the good thing about NJ Devs, he says he is a very adaptive player. He'll get used to his opponents, and as he plays them, he'll kind of pick up on some things. Obviously, this game, it didn't go his way. He probably realized that midway through the second. Right now is his chance to really pick up on Cookie's habits and go into the next game with a little bit of momentum.
Yeah, NJ Dev's got to have a short memory because they're going to turn around quickly for game number 2. If he doesn't win that, he is eliminated.
Some good information here. A one-timer there almost trickled past Martin Jones. Stayed out of the net. Here comes Foligno, captain. But NJ Devs brings it back. Oh, nice passing. Oh, what a save by Jones. Even look at Cookie's face. Even Cookie is like, wow, that was a save and a half.
Without a doubt, the save of the tournament. And we can see now, maybe that's why they decided to take goalies later on in the draft. Cookie obviously not drafting Jones until the 20th plus round.
Didn't Cookie even get a reminder saying, hey, by the way, you got to draft a goalie?
Yes, exactly. He was reminded during the draft.
Ovechkin can't play between the pipes. You got to draft a goalie.
At this point, he might as well do everything.
That's true.
An impressive 7-1 lead for Top Shelf Cookie in game number 1. If you're NJ Devs, though, Nash, you just have to put this behind you and say, okay, I collected some information in game number 1, and now I got to bring it to him in game number 2. And we have seen that. After game 1 impressive victories, we have seen, and there it is. There's an 8th goal right there by Tarasenko this time around. But in game 2, you see a quick goal early. We've seen it in this tournament by whoever lost the first game.
Oh, absolutely. And that's the beauty of this tourney format is every single game counts, every single game matters, and you're never really out of it until that final whistle of the second or third game, depending on how it goes. NJ Devs, plenty of time to regroup. He'll have a couple minutes here between the games. Really just got to take a few breaths, catch his breath, and get back into this one.
Guys, if you're watching online and you're a aspiring gamer that wants to make it to a regional, is there anything you can learn from Top Shelf Cookie, or is it just the skill that he has and the time he's put in? Can you pick up really that much from him watching him play?
Oh, you can see some of the things he's doing, and it's hard enough to replicate exactly what it is, but you start to see, hey, you got to...
Hang on a second. There's a partial break here for Adam Henrique. Oh, look at that highlight. Clip that one, folks.
Beautiful one-hander from the former Devil, Henrique. NJ Devs getting back onto the board. Hey, we said this is exactly what he needs to do. Forget about this game, move into the next one. Hey, why not grab a little bit of momentum? This one's 8-2, but he scored a nice little one-hander on Cookie.
Art, if I told you we'd have 10 goals in the first 3 periods of this one, would you say it was going to be 8-2, or would you be looking more like a 5-3, 4-4 kind of?
Yeah, I would have said it might have been a little bit closer, but let's take a look at this one more time. Look at that. Yes. We got NJ Devs signs in the audience, of course. And that one Blue Jackets fan is like, PU. I don't like that goal at all. Maybe NJ Devil, the mascot's finally animated.
Final minute. Here we go.
So Tarasenko has the puck here for TSC. Yeah, we were just saying, a goal like that, it might be a little bit of a confidence booster, right? To be able to say, hey, I at least got a nice goal. I'm putting this game behind me, and let's come out of the gates roaring in game 2.
Yeah, the good thing about Devs here, we've seen he scores whenever he gets good chances. He hasn't had a ton this game, obviously with Cookie just playing unbelievable defense, but I'd say NJ Devs, he probably only has 4 or 5 shots this game, able to bury 2 of them. So if he's able to get more shots on net in the next game, this could go a different way.
This is a nice one right there, and even Cookie's saying, hey, nice shot, bud.
Let's not forget, though, NJ Devs had the first goal, 1-0, and then Cookie went on an 8-0 run.
Which is surprising because NJ Devs has been very stingy with his defense, but TSC was just able to open up the floodgates completely.
Absolutely. And NJ Devs, hey, he's getting his confidence back. We saw him score a nice goal on the one-hander. How about another one with Dylan Strome? Wide open there, mid-slot. Just a great little clap.
We'll say this as well. TSC had the least goals against in qualifying. So for NJ Devs to get 3 goals here, despite giving up 8, that 3 goals, maybe he can focus on that and say, well, if I get 3 goals next game, maybe I can tighten up the defense a little bit and only let in 2 or less. The clock will tick away in game number 1. Still have to give praise to Top Chef Cookie. Incredible game 1. 8-3. Just a commanding 5-goal lead. Really asserting himself and proving why he was the favorite on paper to make it to the final in this tournament.
All right, everybody take a deep breath. Enjoy the Zamboni as Top Shelf Cookie gets the first win in the semifinals. Remember, it's best of 3, so Top Shelf putting himself in a great position. A dominating performance, guys, in that second period. The puck was just flying. Top Shelf Cookie now up 1-0.
Yeah, how about Top Shelf Cookie? We've seen how dominant he can be. He won his first series pretty dominating as well, 2-0, and then obviously taking game 1 over NJ Devs. You got to think he's got a lot of confidence going into the next one.
And great action still to come in the other semifinal. That's where Junior Pens and John Wayne await to play head-to-head. Right now, they're backstage with Carly Johnston.
Thanks, guys. Yep, I'm here with your next semifinalist matchup. We've got John Wayne and Junior Pens, 2 guys who are friends but also rivals. How much is it a bummer to know that only one of you is going to Vegas?
I mean, of course, it's a big bummer. I would have liked to possibly meet him in the finals if it was possible, but maybe we can coax the NHL into taking 3 of us.
Maybe, maybe not. You're 1-2 against John Wayne in the NHL GWC. What's it going to take to get this win in the semifinals, to go to finals, and to go ultimately to Vegas?
I mean, John's a great player. We always have great games. I'd say I'm more offensive-minded. He might be more defensive-minded, so I think it's going to come down to who balances out their play more with the other side of the game.
Well, best of luck to both of you. I wish you could both go, but obviously we know this is a competitive game. Guys, back to you at the desk.
Well, we know that Carly's going, so she's
Yes.
going to be in Vegas, but only one of those 2 will be moving on as they meet up in the semifinals. Guys, we get ready for the second game in this one. Top Shelf Cookie with a dominant performance in game number 1, looking to close the door. Does it change the way NJ Devs plays now, knowing that he's down 1 game against Top Shelf Cookie?
Oh, it has to. We only got 6 shots on net in the last game. Really not a lot of good opportunities from NJ Devs. You know, he really needs a lot of good opportunities to make this happen. And with a guy like Cookie with his offense, it's easily going to be a 10-goal game again. Maybe this one will go a little bit differently. We could see like a 5-5, 5-4 kind of game.
All right, while our next match is getting set up, here's a quick word from one of our sponsors.
What's up?
Tough call, pasta. Large cold brew?
Better make it a medium. I only have 2 minutes.
Hey, ref, check your voicemail. You missed some calls.
Wow, she knows your order?
Yeah, I'm pretty much a regular here.
Where there's hockey, there's Dunkin'. So grab a cold brew for game time. America runs on Dunkin'.
Back at the U.S. Regional, it's time to start game 2 of the series between Top Shelf Cookie and NJ Devs. Cookie leading it 1-0.
You were talking, Todd, earlier about how NJ Dev's hands were shaking after the first game, just being in this kind of environment. He admitted to us that this is more of a stressful environment than his own wedding. He was happy. He was in his element in his own wedding. He was so happy to be there. Obviously, certainly he was getting married. But this is more stressful, has a lot more anxiety, and he places it in one of the most top 5 stressful moments of his life, being on stage right now playing.
Yeah, talking to him, he's actually never really had the chance to be on camera before at all. So obviously being here in the studio, we've got lights, we've got cameras everywhere. It's a lot of pressure for him, but we'll see if he can overcome it here in game 2.
NJ Devs did say that he needs defensive work, and that was certainly exhibited in game one. He got run out of the building in the second period as Cookie went on an 8-0 run. We'll see how this one starts. Remember, game number one, NJ Devs did get the first goal, and then it was just absolutely buried by the offense of Top Shelf Cookie.
Some great defensive play there as he was utilizing the stick lift in the defensive zone. So trying to tighten up there. We'll see if that continues. He's able to block the puck there, keep it into the offensive zone. He's behind the net now, is NJ Devs. 5 minutes elapsed in the first. Here's Jones at the point, trying to look for Carlson, but instead, Top Shelf Cookie will take it. Here's Niederreiter to Ovechkin. Ovechkin behind the net. Still has it in the face-off circle. The pass goes nowhere. There's Adam Henrique to Carlson. Carlson finds Henrique, will pass it all the way back into his zone. Devs has it. Giordano to Carlson. Back all the way to Giordano. Intercepted by Pulak. Here's Arvidsson. Arvidsson to Werenski. Werenski looking to stuff the puck, but can't.
And right now, the neutral zone play is really the difference. Dev's not able to get a clear breakout up the ice. We saw him pass it back to his own end once, and then on that rush, a quick turnover to Cookie, and now he's coming here again.
Arvidsson has it for Cookie. To Werenski at the point. Werenski to Hurdle. To Arvidsson, winds up, doesn't go. Pulak. Still has it. Behind the net to Tatar. Tatar in Gretzky's office, brings it around. Loses it, and Devs has it now. Devs finally neutralizes the attack. There's Lindell. Gallagher chasing after it, but Cookie will swat it away. Tries to swat it a second time. But that will be a penalty.
Oh, okay. And this may be the break that NJ Devs needs. Offense has been a bit stagnant, guys.
Yeah, not a lot of penalty trouble from either of these guys so far in this tournament. These guys both playing very clean games. For Cookie to make that mistake, this is really a good opportunity for Devs, especially if he can be the first one on the board.
A stick lift of his own by Cookie. Has it behind the net, but Devs muscles him off the puck. There's Carlson. Adam Henrique racing through. The puck is behind the net, picked up by Cookie. Cookie now, intercepted by Carlson. Carlson to Oshie. Giordano. Werenski and Pulak. There's Nelson for Cookie. Back comes Henrique for Devs. Some passing in the neutral zone, brings it into the offensive zone now. Looking for Carlson, finds him. There's Lindell at the point. To Burns, to Henrique. Cookie. And the puck sails all the way into Devs' zone. A line change for Cookie. Here's Strome for Devs. Strome still has it. Passes it to Lindell at the point. Lindell will wind up and a save made. Meanwhile, a race for the puck. Back in Devs' zone. Collected by Cookie. Ovechkin has it. Ovechkin shoots, misses the net. Niederreiter, stripped of the puck. Here's Kashin. Minute to go in the first, still scoreless. There's Jesper Bratt to Strome. Strome can't find anyone, muscled off the puck. Here's Cookie now. Zaitsev shoots, misses the net. We are scoreless after one.
So one period complete here in the second game of this semifinal with Top Shelf Cookie already leading 1-0 in the best of three. A defensive gem there, Nasher.
Yeah, Devs didn't care about the last game. You know, he put that one behind him. Now we've got a brand new start. We saw Devs had a couple chances there on that brief power play. Unfortunately, not able to get anything going. And this is just deadlock, 0-0 going into the second period.
All right, this is where Top Shelf Cookie really shined in game number one. See if he can do it here again, or can Devs come in and change the tide and force a third and final game?
Well, that offense will funnel through Ovechkin, Cookies, but instead it's Stamkos passing it. He keeps it in the neutral zone. Here's Gaudreau. Gaudreau to Kopitar. Kopitar trying to bring it forward, but Cookie meets him. Here's Niederreiter. Niederreiter has a couple of options here, looking for that pass, but Devs with a nice defensive effort.
Devs has really stepped up his defense since the last game. We've seen a lot of stick lifts from both players. That's what's leading to these odd man rushes, quick stick lifts in their own zone, and then good opportunities on the other end. Here comes Cookie on the rush.
Cookie trying to make space, and he finds that one-timer, and it is 1-0. The deadlock is broken.
And who else but Alexander Ovechkin? And we saw some frustration there from Devs. He tried to manually control his goalie. For some reason, got stuck on that left post and couldn't push off to the right. And that's what led to the open back door for Alexander Ovechkin, and he's not missing that one.
It's like Top Shelf Cookie is sending a message to anyone that doubted him for picking Ovechkin over Sidney Crosby. I don't know who would criticize him for that, but it's out there. And they're down to one cookie. Marta, you may have to go in there and spell them.
Who's going to eat the one cookie left? My gosh, what a decision.
NJ Devs is looking to chow on some cookies here, but he's got to get some goals. Remember, already down one game is NJ Devs. If Top Shelf Cookie wins this one, he is moving on to the final, which means he will be going to Las Vegas.
The puck is in front of the net. There he scores! Off the rebound, and Dev ties it up at 1.
There it is, Dev getting on the board, and that is a huge goal to tie this game up. He ended up just throwing it on the net from the point, a little wrister, not a great opportunity, but hey, the rebound sitting there wide open, and he buries it, 1-1.
TJ Sochi. Oshie getting it done for NJ Devs, and we're all knotted up at 1.
Have a look at it again. The puck was loose in front of the net.
And we talked about in the last game, Devs just needs to throw pucks on the net. There's one right there. It leads to those lucky bounces, those rebounds kind of sitting around. A lot of guys choose not to do that and only go for good opportunities, but we've seen so far in this tournament from Junior Pens and from Devs here as well, rebounds can work as well.
How much better is Devs' defense in this game versus game 1?
Oh, it's been incredible. The poke checks are on point. We haven't seen a lot of penalty trouble.
Speaking of poke checks,
there we go.
The complete opposite of what you just said.
And that's one
there.
from Cookie. Devs hasn't made a ton of mistakes so far this game, and we've really seen the stick lift being utilized a ton by both of these players.
So a tie-up at the face-off, but it'll be Cookie. But Devs brings it back. A pass to Carlson. Carlson will lose it. So instead, it'll be Foligno. Foligno, the captain, circling around. Very happy to be shaving. Seconds off the clock. A shot there, saved by Hellebuck. Dishes it out. Henrique, the native of Beaufort, Ontario. Nearby Brantford, Ontario. Someone is from Brantford. What player is from, I forget his name. What is it? It's, he had a 9, I think, on his sweater. Maybe 2 of them. It'll come to me later. There's Stamkos met at the blue line. Also Alexander Graham Bell, the inventor of the telephone. Here's Ovechkin. Stamkos has it. Giordano. To Kopitar. Anze Kopitar. To Stamkos. Oh, what an opportunity there. Oh, he just barely missed that one-timer attempt. Great defensive read by Cookie, who now has the puck in the offensive zone. Here's Ben. Jamie Benn for Cookie. Down to Ovechkin behind the goal line. Oh, the pass, he scores! Another one-timer! And Cookie adds to his lead.
Come on, that was a beautiful piece of passing.
Yeah, and how about that? Able to break up the pass on the other end. NJ Devs was wide open back door. Big poke check by Cookie. He makes his way up the ice. That quick passing through the neutral zone like we mentioned earlier. We see it in play. And, of course, Ovechkin with a beautiful pass across the middle.
For as much as we've been talking about impressive defensive display by Devs, the one-timer is still clicking for Top Shelf Cookie. Maybe he wasn't able to find it necessarily in the first period, but here, those looks are deadly.
They have replenished the cookies.
Wait a second.
Where'd that come
5
from?
cookies on the plate. 1 earlier.
They're multiplying.
Like rabbits in there. Can you believe that? 1 cookie to 5?
Todd Harris, ladies and gentlemen. He's here all week. Try the veal.
So, guys, NJ Devs, I don't want to continue to harp on this, but he is down a game. If he loses this game, he is eliminated. Top Shelf Cookie leads at 2-1 here in the second period. And this is where, guys, in the first game, Top Shelf Cookie went on a scoring spree.
The second period has been very kind to Top Shelf Cookie. Maybe he's looking for more, but Devs collects it. Oh, a brutal giveaway, but a save. Oh, his goaltender bailed him out there.
All about money.
Still has it, though, does Cookie. Cookie with Arvidsson at the goal line. And he will use that back skate very well to find that one, to set up the one-timer.
Yeah, we've seen him try a variety of passes out of that corner. That one there, he tried to do a little saucer pass across the crease, a low opportunity chance, but if you can get it to go, it's a beautiful looking play. That one got caught in the pads of Hellebuck, though.
Save made by Hellebuck. One thing I like about Devs' play is that he waits until the goaltender is not in any position of danger to distribute the puck. That did not happen so much in the Canadian regions.
All right, Cookie on the attack now, guys, looking for more.
Yeah, you know he's going to want to bring the heat, especially after the last game. He knows that he has the offensive power to really run away with this thing. But right now, Devs, we talked about his adaptive play earlier. He can just defend and really shut down Cookie now, and we've seen him do a good job so far this game. He just needs to get shots on net.
Oshie has it for Devs. Here's Strome. Strome loses it, and back comes Couturier to Tarasenko for Cookie. Cookie with 10 seconds to go. Devs in his own zone. And Cookie, maybe time for one more chance here, does Strome. The shot goes nowhere. 2-1 after 2.
2-1 after 2. NJ Devs trailing 1-0, guys. It is truly a win or go home situation for him. So that being said, Arda, what do you do if you're NJ Devs? What do you change up? Do you change up the lineups? Do you try someone new? Do you pull the goalie with 20 to play?
No, you definitely don't do that. But what you do, I think you intimated it there, is you have to be as offensive as possible. You have to throw everything you got. This is your moment right here. There's no tomorrow at this point.
And a lot of times once we get to that point where they start to get aggressive, they start to want to push offense more, that's when we see the penalties come in. So look for some potential penalty trouble. NJ Devs cannot do that playing against a guy like Cookie.
Here's Kopitar. Devs has it. Johnny Gaudreau loses the puck. Back comes Cookie. Cookie with Couturier. Couturier to Stamkos. Stamkos. Kopitar. Meanwhile, Cookie gets it back. There's Eichel trying to spin around and avoid the defender, but Devs gets it back into the neutral zone. Gaudreau to Kopitar. Kopitar loses it. Niederreiter has it instead. A chase for the puck. Great move there by Devs to get the puck, but nobody there for the 1T. Here's Giordano. Giordano collects it. Will be pinned against the boards by the Blue Jackets player. And meanwhile, Cookie brings it back. Here's Ovechkin. Ovechkin between the legs. Oh, beauty passing! But a save made. Kopitar. Here comes Giordano back for Devs. And the puck will sail into the offensive zone, into Cookie's zone, who collects it. Back to Ovechkin on the breakout. Mishandled the puck. Here's Hannafin. Kopitar. And now Jones. Jones to Oshie. Oshie throws it on net. Jones covers up.
Top Shelf Cookie doing just enough.
And NJ Devs really starting to just fire pucks at the net. We saw there, things are kind of working for him. If he's able to just throw some shots on net, look for rebound, that one almost trickled through Jones's pad. There really wasn't anything there.
What do they say? 2-1's the most dangerous score in hockey. NJ Devs.
Oh, but how about 3-1 as a score?
It's even more dangerous.
The Caster's curse coming in again.
2-1. I thought he's within a goal to tie this up and put the pressure, and now flip the script does Top Shelf Cookie.
What a play by Cookie. We've seen his creativity at play all series long, and he does it yet again with a beautiful spin and a pass to Hurdle. And, of course, good opportunities from Cookie. He's going to bury it every single time.
Have a look at that again. The one-timers just converting so well for Top Shelf Cookie. Devs knows they are coming, but still, TSC is so good at setting them up. can't defend him sometimes.
Right. He has guys available at every area of the ice. He's looking for backdoor passes, but if the backdoor pass isn't there, there's usually a guy sitting mid-slot. That's how we've seen Ovechkin score 3 or 4 goals so far in this series. Now Devs has got to fight back. We'll see if he can make it happen quick here.
Guys, under 11 to play now for NJ Devs. He's got to get one back quickly and then start putting the pressure back on top shelf Cookie, but he's found the going to be rather tough. We saw him have a few moments in that second period where he really got a lot of shots. Nash, you were talking about it, but here in the third, as top shelf Cookie has put up the walrus in goal.
And this is NJ Dev's time to shine. He can really make a name for himself if he can come back in this game. There's 3-4 good opportunities off the face-off, and now it looks like he finally has control.
In the offensive zone, Devs trying to throw the puck to the net, but Hurdle will collect it for Cookie.
Get the sense that one more goal from top shelf Cookie may be the nail in the cookie jar.
I mean, you reached for Todd.
I'm getting into the Ardo calzone. I'm just starting to go down that. Nash,
I thought I had...
Stop me. You're supposed to say, don't do it. Don't go down.
I looked away. I'm not a part of this at all.
I thought I had dad jokes, and then...
That was top shelf dad joke.
You would be TSD, top shelf dad. Cookie has it. Speaking of top shelf, he has it behind the net. He's been scoring goals top shelf, and that one almost went top shelf, but it went off the bar.
Pings the pipe, but maintains possession.
Still has it and scores! Possibly the dagger with Brock Nelson. It's 4-1.
Cleaning up the garbage, Nasher, and putting it right back in.
Cookie never gives up on the play. We saw a couple shots there. He could have easily scored 2-3 goals during that time, but no. He waits, collects himself, grabs a rebound, and of course, Brock Nelson's there for it.
There you could say he never crumbles.
You could say that.
I wouldn't.
Whether you would say that
yeah, exactly.
is a totally different story.
He doesn't crumble under pressure.
Incredible score line here, especially after the first period that we saw Devs fighting valiantly to stay in the game. And yet here's an opportunity. Hold the phone. Looking for something there. Couldn't find somebody to make a pass to the shot. Saved the rebound. Nobody there for the one-timer. Henrique still has it, though. Devs with still some spirit, some fight here late in the third period, and he's going to need it because he is down 1-0 in the series, but he's still fighting. But TSC able to corral, has it in the neutral zone now.
Under 3 to play now.
Devs has it. Here's Carlson trying to make that pass. Can't find it. Still has the puck, though. Always looking for that one-timer. Just can't find it at the depth. Meanwhile, Cookie with Niederreiter spinning around, creating that space with 1:40 left in the third period.
Just when it looks like NJ Devs has a little offensive spark, Cookie steps in, pokes it away, says, not today, my friend.
A 1:06 left in the third period. A 4-1 lead for top shelf Cookie after a commanding victory in game number 1. With 46 seconds to go, top shelf Cookie looking to book his ticket to Las Vegas. But Dev's still buzzing in the offensive zone, trying to salvage whatever he can here.
"36 seconds to play, guys. It looks like top shelf Cookie is on his way to Las Vegas as one of the representatives from the U.S. Regional.
He has the puck here in the neutral zone here, intercepted by Devs. Just trying anything he can. Can't get a shot off, though. TSC able to read it. Here's Hurdle. And yes, after an impressive victory in Columbus, Ohio, his hometown, a storybook victory in the Blue Jackets esports tournament, the smile on the face says it all. Top shelf Cookie has booked his ticket to Las Vegas.
Congrats, man. Congrats, bro.
Good, man. Appreciate it.
So Cookie gets 2 wins out of 3 and sends NJ Devs packing. You know, he may have missed out on the Mexico trip, but hey, folks, who wants to join him in Vegas?
You made the right choice.
Wow. What a guy. What a decision that was made. He's got to be glad that he came here to the GWC, and he just put on an absolute clinic in these first 2 rounds of this tournament, not having a goal scored against him in the first round and then coming back and doing this against Devs. A great player. What a show.
Big shout out for NJ Devs, guys. The score may not indicate it, but it was a lot closer, especially the first 2 periods of that first match. And then the gates opened and Cookie just went on a scoring spree.
He absolutely did, especially in game number 1. 8 goals, extremely impressive. But you mentioned it, just the fact that he went scoreless or he wasn't scored against in the first round. You got to give credit to NJ Devs. He scored 4 goals against him in those 2 games. So that is a feat in itself, especially against Cookie, who has all the momentum in the world now going into the finals.
Absolutely. Cookie's one of the most balanced players in this tournament. His offense is deadly. We saw him just put in countless goals. His defense, though, no one can get good opportunities on this guy. He's able to shut people down and just make his way up the ice fast, and that's what won him this game in this series here today.
All right, already up 1 game. It was top shelf Cookie taking advantage in game number 2. It was a slugfest early on, guys, and Cookie and NJ Devs putting on a classic. With NJ Devs, like the first game, already up 1-0.
I mean, this was one-timer city. And Cookie was just firing on all cylinders. He found it everywhere in the offensive zone. And it just didn't, I mean, the second period, it was like the dam just completely broke and the water just gushed through the ravine. It was just incredible.
And the turning point in this game here in that first game, I would say it was that manual goalie attempt there by NJ Devs. He tried to get into Cookie's head, make the save for himself, but Cookie says, no, not today. I'm going to bury it, and I'm going to score another nice goal.
And it just keeps going. Ovechkin, he's smiling, he's happy. He's not even thinking about Mexico.
Not even thinking about Sidney Crosby, who he could have drafted.
Exactly.
And here he is in game 2, getting the scoring started early. NJ Devs, unfortunately, just not able to...
The last cookie.
The last cookie there with his friends cheering him on. But NJ Devs wasn't done yet. He fought back, able to bury this one here on the rebound, and we're tied at 1.
NJ Devs fought. He fought hard. But really, Cookie is on another level. I think at the end of the day, just his level of competition and what we have seen from him this year, and now the confidence. You got to add that confidence there. I mean, you definitely have to give it up for Cookie.
Going into the third period, guys, up 2-1. This is such a critical moment right here because you're thinking NJ Devs, all he needs is one more to tie this thing up, and then that.
The spin moves from Cookie ended up being the difference maker in that top line with Alexander Ovechkin. That helps as well.
So Top Shelf Cookie is into the final. He knows for sure that he is going to Vegas. Whether he is the U.S. regional champion or the runner-up, he is on his way to the desert. And I'd be really remiss if I didn't point out the prop that someone went to great lengths to. Mr. Kindergarten over here had to set up the pyramid of cookies in front of him. Did you want to mention that, or did you want to jump on that now?
All I want to say is I'm going to eat one while we go to our interview. That's what I'm gonna
okay.
do.
So that
I'm
was
just
there
gonna
more
take
for your
this.
sustenance than anything else.
You can have one. Feel free if you want. You guys, I mean, go ahead. Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers to Cookie. We'll have a cookie.
Right now, let's head over to Carly, who is standing by in the Honda Road to the Finals area with the winner, Top Shelf Cookie.
Thanks, guys. That's right. I'm here with Top Shelf Cookie, who is going to Las Vegas. I hear your family's watching from Mexico. What does their support mean to you? And are you going to FaceTime them right after this?
Absolutely. FaceTime is going to be the first thing I do once I get back in the room. The support I've had from not only them, my friends back at home has been a blessing, and I can't have a better supporting cast, and they've been great.
I've seen you grinning from ear to ear the past couple of minutes. What does it mean to head to Vegas, knowing you were falling short 1 game last year and you're headed there now?
It means everything, and especially with this regional, I had to make a choice on going on vacation or playing here. So it was a risk, but I'm happy to say I made the right choice, and we'll see what happens from here.
And you're not done yet. You've got one more game, the finals, against either Junior Pens or John Wayne, 2 big players, also your buddies. What is that matchup looking like to you?
They're both great players, and I think their play styles are definitely very different from each other. So I can't pick one. I know they're going to put on a show, and I'm ready to go watch it.
All right. Well, excited to have you in Vegas. You guys, back to you.
Matt Gutowski, the 21-year-old from The Ohio State University, also known as Top Shelf Cookie. He is moving on to the final. Are there enough cookies in the tri-state area for him to win it all?